Welcome, friends. Today, we dive into the heart of an ancient text that still resonates with our faith today, the Book of Leviticus. This book, the third in the Holy Bible, is derived from the Greek word Levitikon, which means relating to the Levites. The Levites, dear friends, were the tribe entrusted with religious responsibilities in the time of Moses. The term Leviticus brings to mind a time when God laid down his laws and principles to the Mosaic Jews, guiding them on their journey of faith. And for us, modern-day Christians, it serves as a stark reminder of our roots and the foundational principles that our faith is built upon. Leviticus is a testament to God's timeless wisdom. It's a beacon illuminating our path, helping us understand his expectations and how we can align our lives with his divine plan. It's not just an account of ancient rituals and laws, but a manual for Christian living, a guide to holiness, and a roadmap to a relationship with God. As we delve deeper, we'll find that the teachings of Leviticus are not just historical texts, but a guide for our everyday life as Christians. Now, you might wonder, how does a book written thousands of years ago connect with our modern Christian practices? Well, let's dive right in. The Book of Leviticus, a part of the Mosaic Law, is a treasure trove of divine statutes, guiding the ancient Israelites on how to live a holy life. And though it was written in a different time and context, its teachings still hold relevance to our faith today. Take, for instance, the Levitical laws on cleanliness and dietary restrictions. While we might not follow these to the letter today, they represent a broader principle that remains at the heart of Christian practice, the call to live a life of purity and sanctity. This is mirrored in the New Testament, where Paul urges us to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. Likewise, Leviticus's teachings on social justice and care for the needy underpin our Christian call to love our neighbors. In Leviticus, God commands the Israelites to leave some produce of their fields for the poor and the foreigner. This spirit of generosity and compassion is echoed in modern Christian practices of charity and service. What about the sacrificial system? Leviticus is filled with detailed instructions on various offerings. While we no longer practice animal sacrifices, the principle of atonement and reconciliation with God is a cornerstone of our faith. The sacrifices in Leviticus foreshadow the ultimate sacrifice of Christ on the cross, providing a bridge between the Old and the New Testaments. Finally, the Levitical call to holiness, encapsulated in the command, "Be holy for I am holy," is a timeless exhortation. It's a call that transcends centuries, urging us to reflect God's character in our lives, shaping our moral and ethical conduct. As we can see, the echoes of Leviticus resonate in our faith and practice even today. From cleanliness to charity, from sacrifices to sanctity, Leviticus provides a foundation that informs and shapes our Christian walk. And so, while the specifics may change, the principles remain ever relevant, guiding us in our journey toward living a life pleasing to God. With its profound influence, it's essential to understand the primary teachings of the Book of Leviticus. Now, what are these primary teachings? The Book of Leviticus is teeming with laws and regulations, but let's focus on three pivotal points: the laws of sacrifice, the Day of Atonement, and the laws of purity. First, the laws of sacrifice. These are the heart of the Levitical code. They outline 5 types of offerings: burnt, grain, peace, sin, and guilt offerings. Each of these sacrifices serves a specific purpose, from expressing devotion to God to seeking forgiveness for unintentional sins. They remind us of the gravity of sin and the cost of reconciliation. Next, we have the Day of Atonement. This is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, a day dedicated to repentance and cleansing from sin. The high priest would enter the most holy place, bringing a sacrifice to atone for the sins of the people. This day underscores the necessity of atonement, pointing forward to the ultimate atonement through Christ's sacrificial death on the cross. Finally, let's talk about the laws of purity. These laws cover various aspects of daily life, from dietary restrictions to guidelines for dealing with disease. They may seem distant and irrelevant to us today, but they teach us valuable lessons about holiness. They remind us that God is concerned with every aspect of our lives, and that we're called to live in a way that honors him, even in the most mundane details. These laws, while complex and detailed, are not just about rules and regulations. They're about a relationship with God. They serve to guide the Israelites in their walk with God, teaching them about his holiness, their sinfulness, and the means of reconciliation. These teachings, while ancient, hold timeless wisdom for us as Christians. Now we live in a world vastly different from when Leviticus was written, so how does it remain relevant to us in this modern age? First and foremost, the book of Leviticus serves as a moral compass guiding our behavior. Its laws, while written for a specific people in a specific time, outline a way of life centered on love, respect, and justice. These principles remain timeless and are reflected in our contemporary Christian practices. Leviticus also has a profound influence on Christian worship. The book details the rituals and sacrifices of the ancient Israelites, reminding us of the importance of honoring God through our actions. In the present day, we may not bring burnt offerings to an altar, but we honor God through our prayers, our songs, and our acts of kindness and love towards others. Furthermore, Leviticus shapes our understanding of ethics. It emphasizes the importance of honesty, integrity, and fairness, principles that are just as important today as they were thousands of years ago. It reminds us of our responsibility to treat others with dignity and respect, regardless of their status or background. But perhaps the most significant relevance of Leviticus in the present age is its emphasis on God's holiness. The book is a vivid reminder that God is holy, and as His followers, we are called to be holy too. It teaches us that holiness is not just about following rules, but about cultivating a relationship with God, striving to reflect His love and goodness in our lives. In the book of Leviticus, we find not just ancient laws, but a compass for our journey of faith, a mirror reflecting God's holiness, and a beacon guiding us towards righteous living.